Stacey with Chapter Chicks, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Locket by Stacey Jay. When I got this, I didn't show this to you guys, but she signed it, and I thought it was really funny. She said, "From one Stacey to another, enjoy and beware of evil jewelry. All the best, Stacey Jay." The book is about this girl named Katie. She grew up with two guys named Isaac and Mitch, and all three of them were best friends. But when they grew up, she is in a relationship with Isaac, and Isaac's like perfect. He's like a basketball star, and everybody loves him. Well, on her 17th birthday, Isaac reveals the fact that he knows that she cheated on him a month ago with Mitch at a party. And she is so devastated. She thinks, her life is over, and he leaves her on the side of the road. But then the locket she's wearing that she borrowed from her grandma starts burning around her neck, and it takes her back to the night that she cheated on Isaac with Mitch. Whew. That's basically what the back says. I didn't spoil anything there. So that's what the book is about. Okay. I really like the book. I really like the concept. And what I really like about this book is Katie. Stacey keeps Katie true to a teenager. She really does. I mean, a teenager thinks they know it all. They think they know what they want out of life, and they're so for sure. And they're so focused on what they want and their goals that they don't really stop to think if it's what's best or if it's what they want. So I really, really liked Katie. I thought she was very adorable, very cute, a typical teenager. I mean, every teenager goes through that. Every single teenager goes through, I know what I want, and then 5 minutes later they want something completely different. And that's Katie, and I really liked her. I also really like what Stacey does. She has you change your opinion in the middle of the book, and that rarely, really happens, because once you read the story and once you establish what's going on, you establish your opinion. Like, you know what you want to happen, you know what you don't want to happen. And Stacey, she writes the book in such a way that she makes you change your opinions in the middle of the book. And I really like that. I thought that was a really exciting element. I thought that was really cool. I don't really think that's ever happened to me in a book before, because usually when I set my opinions and I know what I want to happen, it's usually set throughout the whole book or the whole series. And I really like that, how Stacey did that. She wrote it in such a really, really good way that you don't even really notice it happens until towards the end. You're like, hold on a minute, that's not what I want anymore. And then you feel just like Katie, so indecisive. The one thing about the book I didn't really like, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, because again, I know how some people are about spoilers. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the spoiler section. I don't think it's too big of a spoiler, so if you're not a freak about spoilers, you can go ahead and watch it. And it's not really, it's a little tiny piece to do with the plot, and it's not even like a big piece. It's just a little information for you. And if you're a freak about spoilers, then don't watch. But if you're not a freak about spoilers like I am, this is something, if someone told me, I don't think I would have considered it to be spoiler. But Jessie, who is a freak about spoilers, she would consider it a spoiler. She considers anything a spoiler. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the spoiler section. So if you don't want to be spoiled at all, then check out this book. It's really fun, really cute, and I really like the guy characters. I don't want to say too much more about the guy characters because I don't want to spoil you guys, but I really, really like them, and I really liked watching them develop, and I really liked watching Katie grow up throughout the book, because she gets a lot of realizations when she's through this book. Great character development, great plot, except for those couple boring parts. Now for the spoiler section. The one thing I didn't like about this book is, of course, Katie has this locket, and she doesn't understand what's going on. She doesn't understand how it works. And usually in books, when things like that are happening, there's some kind of book or some kind of person who is there to help the main character understand what is going on so they can better reach their goal in the book. There's no person like that in this book. Katie is all on her own. She has to figure this out all for herself, and I guess that has to do with taste. To me, I don't like that. I like a little bit more information, because if I don't get answers throughout the book, like too many questions and not enough answers, then I can't really enjoy the story, because I'm too focused on finding out the answers to these questions. So I like a couple questions to be answered throughout the middle of the book until the big ending. But there was no person to explain to her what was going on, and she was just so confused. And the parts that got boring to me was because I was so hungry for some answers that I was just speed reading through it, and these parts are like, I'm like, this part has no answers in it, then it's useless to me, and just reading on. The characters, now this is a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear this, if you haven't read it, then don't watch this part. I really, really like how Stacey makes you switch what guy you want, because at the first half of the book, you're like, Katie should be with Isaac. You know, Katie and Isaac are perfect together, and that the world will be right when Katie and Isaac are together again. And then you get to meet Mitch, and you get to fall in love with Mitch, and you realize that, as Katie does realize, that she was so focused on, she had love blinders on. She was so focused on how much she cared for Isaac that she didn't see the bad things in him. And how many of us had the love blinders on, and those love blinders suck. But Katie, she gets her stuff together, and she realizes that Mitch is really the guy for her. And I've never had that happen to me, like rooting for one character the whole time and then being like, oh, well, maybe he's not as good as we all thought he was, and then completely switching around to Mitch and rooting for Mitch. And oh my gosh, when Mitch fell out of the treehouse at the end and she already threw the locket away, I was flipping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, Katie finally realizes that she should be with Mitch, and Mitch dies. I was freaking out so much. So at the end, when she runs into his garage and he's there, and because the locket changes little things every time you use it. This is so rambled. I'm like so jumbled in this review. But, and he hears her singing his song that he wrote for her, but with a different girl's name in it. Your heart breaks, because you think, that's a just end for Katie. You know, she realized too late that who the man was for her, but at least she got to have him alive, but she didn't get to have him. And you're like, what a painstaking ending that would be if it happened like that. And for a while, you believe that that's what the ending is. And then he tells her he loves her and blah, 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 blah. And they're all happy and they hug. And I just, very cute, very romantic ending. And I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys go get the book because I really enjoyed it. And let me know what you guys thought of it. I think it's a perfect YA book. You know, it's got the supernatural element into it. It's got a love triangle in it. And you just, very good. Very good. So, and thank you, Stacey Jay, for sending this to me. I really enjoyed it. So, this is Stacey with Chapter Chicks, and this review was for you.